Chose, one of the two childhood sweethearts, woke up to see the live comments. The female supporting character woke up. The screen was black all night. The male lead is tainted now. Boo-hoo. It's fine. Our female lead has high standards. Only wants men who last over an hour. The male leads had no choice but to practice with the supporting character. Both male leads practiced on her for so long. That deadbeat supporting character ate well. I wish it were me. She's not Layla. She's the vanguard. I pondered for a moment. Pushed the man sleeping beside me. Hey, are you not up to it? You only lasted a little over 20 minutes yesterday. After the screen went black again, those words started flooding the screen. Damn. The supporting character is so slick. She got the male lead with just one sentence. Can I take her role for a couple of episodes? Let the supporting character gloat. When the two male leads abandon her one after another for the succubus female lead, she'll be dumbfounded. I nudged Leo Chen's back with my foot. No strength left. Carry me to the bath. He grabbed my ankle, his voice hoarse. Layla, did you come? In the bathroom. The sound of water gradually ceased. Leo Chen emerged, an apologetic look on his face. Layla, I have something to attend to later. I won't be able to see you home today. Live comments were laughing. The male lead isn't busy. He's clearly rushing to fawn over the succubus female lead. The supporting female character still thinks she's irresistible, but in reality, he's just practicing on her before heading off to someone else. Soon, he'll be cupping the female lead's face, kissing her with deep affection. Wait, didn't the male lead just touch the supporting female's feet? Does she have athlete's foot or what? Aya. The live comments were screaming. I paused while getting dressed. Smiled at him. Go ahead with your business. I'll head back on my own. I couldn't figure it out. Adults just take what they need from each other. Why would those live comments think I'd be shocked? Standing alone at the hotel entrance, a sleek new sports car slowly pulled up in front of me, revealing an exceedingly refined face. Why are you calling me at this hour? I smiled at him. Missed you, that's all. Live comments screamed. Holy crap, isn't that the female lead's one and only male god? Why is he here? They had no idea. I didn't have two childhood sweethearts. I had three. Besides those two, there was also the man intently driving beside me. He spent every winter and summer vacation with me since we were kids. We were together just as much as the other two. The live comments were buzzing fiercely. The succubus female lead's only male god is Aiden Jiang. Every time she gets near him, she can't resist being drawn to his aura. Why does Aiden Jiang know Layla? I can't take it. I scrolled further and found out the female lead can see Aiden Jiang's 22. That number, screaming and running around. 22, I sized him up. His well-defined fingers rested on the steering wheel, his shirt buttoned to the top, radiating an understated yet extraordinary elegance, though his gaze remained fixed ahead. The tips of his ears slowly flushed red. Behind us, car horns blared incessantly. He seemed not to hear, tilting his head to look at me. What's wrong, Layla? I asked him. You. 22. He looked somewhat disappointed, starting the car with a helpless sigh. Layla, I'm 27 this year. The car's air conditioning was too strong. I averted my eyes, making small talk. We're not at the company. Buttoning your shirt like that is too formal. The aftereffects of staying up all night began to show. After catching up on sleep, it was already 3 p.m. My phone was filled with messages from Sean Shen. Layla, are you busy? Phoenix Tower Restaurant has new dishes, all with air freighted ingredients. Want to go for dinner tonight? I didn't reply. The live comments appeared again. Silly female side character, completely unaware she's just part of the main couple's play, thinking both male leads like her. Too bad. The two male leads don't realize they share the same motive, using a known quantity like her to ensure the female lead's physical safety. Hee hee. It's only after discovering they've both practiced with the side character that they'll practice with the female lead together. Oh my. Can we fast forward? I can't wait. Hey. Your horny pants fell down from upstairs. Never mind that. This is the spot. The female side character will bump into our main couple here, cry her heart out, And that's when Sean Shin will swoop in and take full advantage. My fingers paused slightly. The phone rang. Hearing Sean Shin's gentle voice, I let out a soft sigh. Sean, wait for me a moment. Let me put on some makeup first, okay? Ever felt the atmosphere freeze solid? While Shen Shang was peeling the peony shrimp for me, Chen lay, and that woman suddenly appeared at the next table. Leo, Chen placed her bag on the chair. The metal accessories made a faint clinking sound. The next moment, 8 eyes met. The live comments exploded with screams. Oh snap. Is the famous male competition about to start? With the succubus female lead right here, the 2 male leads don't even notice the side character. What a fool. Still secretly competing with the female lead over Leo Chen. I really want to tell the female side character to stop trying. A succubus's charm is something no man can resist. How can the author write so well? This kind of setup is pure bliss for me. My gaze fell on the female lead's face. Simply out of curiosity, what exactly sets a species only seen in novels apart from ordinary people? Serena Chen's skin was very fair, under the soft lighting. It seemed to glow with a faint luminescence. The ends of her curly hair cascaded over her pale shoulders, exuding an indescribable allure. To be honest, such a female lead is truly a rare beauty in this world. But luckily, knowing I couldn't compete in natural assets, I went for a no. Makeup look. Her gaze fell on my face, carrying a subtle hostility only another woman would detect. Sean. Who is this? Before Sean Shin could speak, I widened my eyes. Me? I'm his sworn sister. The live comments exploded. Oh my god. What is the female supporting character doing? Wasn't she supposed to be competing? What kind of green tea response is this? I'm about to puke. Wait, does she actually think she's beautiful? Live comments below. I noticed Serena Chen's expression stiffen slightly. After a 3-second pause, she smiled gently. Oh, it's you. Little sister, Sean rarely mentions you to us. Keeping such tight lips, you really deserve to be punished. I didn't take the bait. Instead, I turned to Leo Chen. Brother Leo. So, you're here on a date with your girlfriend. At the 2 adjacent tables, everyone except me wore varied expressions. Leo frowned. Layla, you're getting more and more nonsensical. Leo's response was quite skillful. He neither acknowledged his relationship with Serena Chen, nor did he acknowledge mine, leaving room to advance or retreat. Even the live comments were saying that, according to the plot, Sean Shun would seek me out today to take advantage of the situation. Later, Leo would come back to coax me, explaining that his words held no special meaning. However, there's no childhood sweetheart more considerate than me in this world. While ordering, I tapped the table. Excuse me, could you help us share a table? Pointing at Sean Shin, I smiled. He's paying. The table, sharing went smoothly. Both of my childhood sweethearts had their full attention on Serena Chen. The premium abalone was cut in half. Both of their plates were handed to her. Serena Chen looked up at me. Every gesture carried charm. Both Sean and Leo are so considerate. I can't eat all this. Little sister, I'll give the extra portion to you. I tilted my head to look at her. As for the extra abalone, I'll pass. Someone's picking me up later to eat something else. Leo Chen's movements halted. Layla, stop being sarcastic. Sean Shin also frowned. Layla, stop talking nonsense and just eat properly, okay? Ooh la la. The 2 male leads are so handsome protecting their girl. They know their skills aren't fully polished yet and might need the female side character later. But everything takes a back seat when the female lead is around. Someone's coming to take her for other food later. Everyone knows both of the side characters' childhood sweethearts are right here. For the female lead's sake, they won't even spare her an extra glance. Now she's boasting about someone else picking her up. How's she going to handle the fallout? Major social embarrassment scene for the pretentious side character. I pulled out a tissue and dabbed the corner of my mouth. I responded to Sean Shun with a smile. I'm afraid that won't be possible. The person picking me up, he's here. At the turn of the staircase, leather shoes stepped soundlessly on the thick carpet. Silver, gray suit pants paired with a matching jacket. Perhaps because it was an informal setting, his shirt was slightly looser, noble and restrained, compelling everyone's gaze to drift toward him. Serena Chin instinctively stood up, her fair face flushed with a rosy hue. "Mr. Jiang, are you here to dine as well?" Unfortunately, someone missed the romantic cues. He nodded with a hint of detachment, shifting his gaze to my face. His quiet eyes held a trace of helplessness. "What would you like to eat? Come on. I'll take you." The surroundings fell silent instantly. I picked up my bag, but a hand gripped my arm. Liu Chen's expression turned grim. "Who is he?" Shan Shun's brows furrowed as well. "Isn't the food here enough for you?" I pulled away from Liu Chen, bewildered. "Brothers, I haven't eaten anything yet. Weren't all the dishes you ordered offered to Serena before I could even reach for them?" Serena Chin's face stiffened. "Sis, you must be misunderstanding. We're just ordinary friends." The live comments went wild. "OMG, this is so awkward. Why is the female lead's crush here? No way. My OTP." The female lead might have had a chance before, but now, with this misunderstanding, how can she still fantasize about him? Wait, so when the supporting female character said someone was coming, she was right. Damn it, what's going on? Has the plot gone off track? What a pity. These live comments are visible only to me. Aiden Jiang reached out his hand to me. His voice was cool and distinctive. "Layla, come here. I'll take you to get your fill." As everyone knows, when a girl doesn't eat enough, she really gets irritable. I'm talking about the stomach, not what you're thinking. Our destination was my favorite extra, spicy Sichuan hot pot, sitting in Aiden Jiang's car. The evening breeze tousled my hair. It was pure bliss. In the driver's seat, even the corners of his eyes held a smile. The only downside was my phone blinking nonstop. Liu Chen and Shan Shen took turns calling me. After I hung up, the WeChat messages kept pouring in. "Where did you two go? Layla, come back. Don't hang around with those shady outsiders. If you really get scammed, where will Shan Shen and I even look for you? Layla, don't be upset. We've known Shua Wan for a short time, so we were just trying to make her feel more comfortable by paying extra attention. If you're still hungry, you can tell me, and we can order something else, okay?" I read a few lines. I simply tossed my phone aside. I thought my childhood sweetheart and I could maintain a certain kind of relationship long term, but then out of nowhere, a succubus heroine showed up, shattering all my expectations. My good mood was also dampened quite a bit by the two of them, perhaps because I hadn't responded for a while. Liu Chen's video call came through. Not sure what was pressed, but the video connected. Aiden Zhang's jawline appeared on the screen. Leo raised his voice on the other end. "Layla, how old are you to still be this willful? Couldn't you just speak up if you didn't get enough to eat? Did you run off with some random guy just to spite us?" Aiden glanced at me. His dark eyes held a hint of helplessness as he picked up the phone, revealing his indifferent features. "Sorry. Are you done scolding?" Leo's voice trailed off abruptly. Aiden Jiang raised an eyebrow, cutting off his unfinished scolding. Layla didn't like hearing it. The line went dead with a beep. It sounded incredibly satisfying. I love extra, spicy food, but both my childhood sweethearts can't handle it. Since I'm often with those two, I've been eating much less chili lately. The brain tofu wobbled, sliding into the pot. It needed to boil for 20 minutes. The chili's heat surged up. Aiden coughed and passed me the milk beside him. "Drink this first to protect your stomach." I looked up and saw his discomfort from the spiciness. "You can't handle spicy food either?" He frowned. "A little is still manageable." He tried a bite and broke into a fit of coughing. Staring at his flushed lips, I leaned closer. "Why didn't you say you couldn't eat spicy food?" Tears welled in his eyes from the coughing, with those damp eyes gazing at me. Why spoil the mood for something you want to eat? I didn't know how to respond to that. I lowered my head. I caught a glimpse of Aiden Zhang's phone lighting up. He glanced at it and simply handed it to me. "I'm not feeling well. Reply for me." The contact name was straightforward. Serena Chin, admin department, employee. I scrolled up. It was all messages from Serena Chin sent from time to time, some work related, others borderline photos she pretended to send by mistake. They took a moment to load after tapping. Never mind, I didn't have the patience to wait. On the green message bar, only Aiden Zhang's sparse replies appeared. 1. The latest one was an explanation from Serena Chin. Mr. Jiang, the one walking with you is my friend's sworn younger sister. Well, they're usually very close. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but she kept calling me sister. In law randomly, you should be careful walking with her. The way she phrased it felt a bit ambiguous. I looked up to gauge Aiden Zhang's expression, pressed and held the talk button, replying mischievously. Got it. Aiden Zhang is showering. I'll pass it along later. 1 second later, the other party withdrew 3 messages in a row. Aiden Zhang's eyes held an indulgent smile. Naughty. Back home, I unbuckle my seatbelt. Aiden Zhang, thank you for today. His gaze held something I couldn't quite decipher. Layla. Why did you wear makeup like this? Doesn't it look good? No, it's just very innocent. I smiled and got out of his car. It was already dark. A figure was faintly visible by the unit door, a glowing ember flickering on and off. Liu Chen's gaze met mine. He flicked away his cigarette, but his expression grim. That happy, huh? I smiled. Of course I'm happy after a good meal. Liu Chen's face instantly darkened. What good meal? What the hell was the female lead up to? Holy crap. Don't tell me she actually bagged the campus heartthrob. No way. What does she even have going for her? A cascade of exclamation marks. It was oddly satisfying to read. I tried to sidestep Liu Chen, but he abruptly clamped a hand on my shoulder. Where have you been coming back so late? He narrowed his eyes, scrutinizing every inch of me. I shook him off. What's it to you? Or perhaps he didn't spot any telltale signs. Liu Chen's tone softened slightly. You didn't answer my calls, and no one was home. Layla, I was worried about you. My phone chimed simultaneously. A message from Shan Shen. Still mad at me? Are you home yet? Maybe. I could come over, if it's convenient. I'd like to explain. Liu Chen's gaze dropped to my phone screen. His brow furrowed. Why is he contacting you at this hour? The atmosphere turned icy. The comments section erupted in collective despair. Everyone was marveling at how the male competition that should have belonged to the succubus heroine was not only disrupted by me, but seemed destined to fall into my lap. The phone chimed again. Shan Shin said, I noticed you didn't eat much earlier. Let me bring you something. A milkshake? Or perhaps strawberry pudding? Liu Chen grew impatient. Tell him not to come. Whatever you want to eat. I'll go buy it later. I locked the screen, hooking my finger into his collar. I said, no need. Whether it's you or him, the sight of either makes me sick. Before the words faded, my other hand had already pressed the building's alarm button. This was an upscale neighborhood. Almost instantly, the sound of the patrol team rushing over could be heard. Liu Chen's face changed. Layla, what do you think you're doing? Just taking out the trash. Of course. The security guards arrived. I'm extremely displeased. Shouldn't security be tighter? Just letting anyone in who claims to be visiting? Did you even verify with the residents? They apologized, but I had already yanked the door open with a swift motion. If they let in another shady character like this, I'm reporting it to the property manager. I stepped into the elevator. The live comments fell into a prolonged silence. According to the plot, isn't the female side character supposed to tearfully hook up with Shan Shen? The date's ruined. She didn't even cry. So can our 2 male leads still swoop in and dominate the screen with their dark charisma? This part of the story? Suddenly, I feel like this female side character might be more than she seems. I exited the elevator. Messages from Shan Shen kept popping up one after another. Layla? Why aren't you replying? Don't you like these? I frowned. I'd already learned from the live comments that these overly sweet, cloying things were all Serena Chin's preferences. I confirmed the accuracy of the live comments. As for these 2 childhood sweethearts, the only path left is to cut ties completely. I'm tired, but I don't want to let him off easy either. After blocking Liu Chen, I forced my drooping eyelids open to reply. I only fucking love 22-centimeter big sniper rifles. Put down the phone. Only after removing my makeup did I see the other party's response. Zenda, Aiden Jiang. I hadn't expected it. At my family's company, I would see Serena Chin again. Shan Shun brought her along, and they gracefully knocked on my door. I didn't speak. She placed an exquisitely packaged green tea gift box on the coffee table. Miss Chen, after hearing Shan's words, I feel it's better to clear up the misunderstanding between us sooner rather than later. She smiled. Shan Shun had already poured tea for her without waiting for an invitation. He looked up at me. After you left yesterday, both Serena and I were very worried about you. She lowered her head, with her feet together and placed to the right. She said, I think you might have misunderstood the relationship between me, Sean, and Leo. My gaze fell on the back of her chair, an Italian imported lambskin single sofa, a gift from Leo Chen. Both of these childhood sweethearts knew I liked it. In other words, it's my exclusive seat. Dialing the internal line, the secretary entered. President Qian. I tapped the desk. That single sofa. Call security to come up and throw it out. The words fell. Serena Chin was extremely embarrassed, her shimmering eyes turning toward Shan Shun. He took a deep breath. Layla, Serena came to explain things to you. Can you not go too far? That friend of yours is Serena's supervisor. Don't say unrealistic things in front of others and ruin her image. Once the misunderstanding is cleared up, you should also clarify things with that person. I'm going too far. I stood up and approached him leisurely. Miss Chin, do you like Shan Shen? Or do you like Leo Chen? She didn't speak. I smiled. Neither? Only like Aiden Zhang's 22 centimeters? The words fell. Serena Chin's expression instantly stiffened. The live comments that had been berating her since she entered paused for 3 seconds. What does that mean? How does the female supporting character know the male god is 22? Holy crap, what's going on? The female side character is also a succubus? Didn't the book say there are at most only 2 succubi in the entire world? And they must be 1 male and 1 female? Talk about dramatic, huh? She panicked in a fluster. Meanwhile, Shan Shun's expression darkened. What do you mean by 22 centimeters? Layla, what did you do with that guy? The live comments started attacking me like crazy. Just finished practicing with the male lead Leo Chen, and now she's messing around with a crush? Oh my god. Isn't this side character afraid of catching an STD? Catching anything else would be just as disgusting, okay? I didn't say anything. Serena Chin suddenly started trembling. She glared at me with reddened eyes, then covered her face and ran out. Shan Shun instinctively moved to chase after her. I called out to stop him. I threw the gift box into his arms. Get out with your green tea, bitch. Whether it's friendship or an intimate relationship, in the adult world, people always drift apart gradually. Even though we were childhood sweethearts for years, I accepted the breakup quickly. I just intentionally or unintentionally brought Aiden Jiang to friends' gatherings. Yes, I have a twisted sense of humor. Amidst the neon lights and revelry, the man looked handsome, with light occasionally catching his jawline. He suddenly looked up at me. My mouth felt dry. I averted my gaze and unexpectedly saw Leo Chun and Shan Shun at the next table. At the same time, the live comments broadcast their distress. They wanted to hurry and meet Serena Chin's standards, but I blocked them. They weren't willing to just find any woman to practice with to extend their time, afraid of getting entangled. They also worried others weren't healthy enough, fearing it would taint their image of Serena. As if sensing something, those two turned their heads and happened to meet my gaze. Leo Chin put down his glass and stood up immediately. Layla? The next moment, I was yanked up from the couch. You block me, yet this is how little you care for yourself? Coming to a place like this in the middle of the night? What's your purpose? His voice was loud. Even the DJ couldn't drown out his fury. I'd been drinking, so I swayed unsteadily from his pull. A dry, warm hand steadied me, and a cool voice spoke near my ear. Purpose? Isn't it just to keep annoying people from following me here? Liu Chen's gaze shifted from his face to mine, his expression dark and intense. So this is why you blocked me. He brushed off non-existent dust from his shoulder and suddenly let out a cold laugh. Aiden Jiang. Mr. Jiang. You probably don't know about my relationship with Layla. We've known each other for over 10 years. And he narrowed his eyes, speaking deliberately. We've long been the kind of relationship that's rolled around in the same bed. The next second, the sound of a shattering bottle exploded. An unopened bottle of brandy smashed violently against his head. Someone screamed. Before collapsing, Liu Chen stared at me with utter disbelief. He couldn't believe it. Security personnel rushed over in unison. Sean Shin dragged his body, shouting at me, Layla, are you insane? How many years of friendship have we shared? Before I could speak, someone wrapped an arm around my shoulder, pulling me back into their embrace. Don't be afraid. Everyone here saw it. They were the ones who harassed you first. The surveillance camera is broken. We were just defending ourselves. At the same time, all the security staff surrounded those two, and someone yelled, Q-Bar welcomes the arrival of the boss and his lady. Liu Chun was rushed to the hospital. Logically, injuring someone should warrant a trip to the police station. Still tipsy, I was pulled into the car by Aiden Jiang. The distinct scent of male hormones was close. He asked, Are you drunk? I didn't respond. He simply took my hand, carefully checking for any glass shards. Next time, don't handle such things yourself. I squinted my eyes. Whether it was the alcohol or not, I saw undisguised concern in his gaze. I asked him, Aiden Jiang, are you 22? This time, he froze, his flushed earlobes resembling bayberries. It made me bold enough to reach out and touch them. He suddenly gripped my hand, breath ragged. Layla, I'm not as righteous as you imagine. The surroundings seemed to spin. Qian turned out to be Aiden Jiang's venture. How could his family's new wine be so intoxicating? He kissed me, right there in the car, breathless. He paused and asked, Your place? Or mine? A moment of clarity. I couldn't help but tell him, You heard. Liu Chun and I have a past. His hand tightened around my waist. A slightly hoarse voice tinged with grievance. Back then, I kept sending you messages, drifting in and out of consciousness. It felt like hearing him say again, As long as it's you, I don't mind any version. I dreamed about what happened between Aiden Jiang and me before. The last holiday before senior year of high school, I went to find him, intending to confess my feelings. Before reaching the spot, I overheard a girl's gentle voice. Can we go to the same university? I didn't hear his response. The girl pressed further. Why not? Do you already have a girlfriend? Is it that girl with the surname Qian who's always clinging to you? His voice was as it always had been, cool and detached. No, and it's not something you should ask about. The girl refused to give up. She continued questioning. Then why can't I go to the same university as you? The words that followed, I didn't listen to. My heart and mind were filled with disappointment. Aiden Jiang had clearly promised me we'd go to state university together. He doesn't like me. Then why insist on being with me? Back then, I changed my college application choices. I enrolled in a university in another city, never expecting to reunite with both of my childhood sweethearts at the same college. A warm, large hand settled around my waist. It interrupted my dream. I opened my eyes. The moisture on his face hadn't yet dried. His voice was hoarse, yet he leaned close to my ear. Layla, I've thought long and hard, and finally understood what this obsession with 22 means. My heart raced. No one could escape the allure of Aiden Jiang's nearly perfect face. My gaze drifted downward, seemed manually blacked out. Hospital. Liu Chen was already awake. Serena Chin at his side, her eyes red. Sean said you were hurt by Layla. Isn't she your sister? How could she keep doing things that harm you? A faint, lingering pain throbbed at the back of his head, making Liu Chen gradually recall Layla's heartlessness. He took out his phone, but then it belatedly dawned on him that Layla had already blocked him. Sean Shin, where's your phone? Sean Shin reached for his pocket, Halfway through the motion, he froze. She had probably. A faint fragrance drifted through the air. Serena Chin pulled out her own phone. Leo, are you planning to call the police? The two men exchanged a glance. No one spoke. After a long pause, Sean Shun said with difficulty, when I brought you to the hospital, I think I saw her getting into Aiden Zhang's car. In the hospital room, silence fell once again, until Serena Chin exclaimed, Aiden Zhang posted on moments. Both men swiftly snatched the phone from her hands. On the social feed, a man's hand held a woman's, with a sports car in the background, faintly revealing a pair of pale thighs. Distinct bluish finger marks were clearly visible. No words were needed to convey the intensity of the encounter. Crash, the force stand toppled. But Leo Chen wasn't satisfied. He kicked over the thermos bottle in the corner for good measure. Layla is a woman. Doesn't she know how to take care of herself at all? To be honest, both Leo Chen and Sean Shen are just decent in most aspects. I have no plans to marry or have children. He has money, above average looks. Being with Leo Chen was partly for gynecological and hormonal considerations. All physical, no emotional attachment. Even with Aiden Jiang, if things got messy, so be it. After all, I'm single and he's unmarried. It's a win-win. Lately, dating and spending time with him felt just like being in a real relationship. If not for Serena Chin's constant interruptions. The third time, he frowned. Why are you from marketing? Are you responsible for liaising with me regarding planning matters? In the video call, she bit her lip. Uneasy. Marketing's swamped lately. So, I had to. Aiden Jiang hung up. Soon, I heard his voice message. If the marketing department is so busy that you need others to handle your own tasks, I can only question your competence. He finished venting his anger, looking at me with confusion as I smiled. I asked him, are you truly clueless or just pretending? Can't you see her feelings for you? Aiden Jiang furrowed his brows. I told her back in senior year. I don't like her. I'm not interested. I froze. Senior year? He nodded, his thoughts drifting elsewhere. You think she has ulterior motives toward me? I didn't say anything. But he suddenly wrapped an arm around my waist, enunciating clearly. Then why aren't you angry? Why should I be angry? He's not anyone to me. But I couldn't say that. So I smiled and kissed his lips. Because you'll make it up to me with your charm. After this incident, I intentionally or unintentionally kept my distance from Aiden Jiang. We only met occasionally at night. He noticed and grew furious, treating me with unusual intensity. I pleaded that I had a meeting the next day, and only then did he relent. Entering the building, I was suddenly pulled aside into an empty corridor. Leo Chen's gaze was icy cold. Layla, you've really outdone yourself. You blocked me in a fit of anger and found someone else to keep you company? This is betrayal. This is cheating. Do you even understand? I frowned. A bottle of brandy wasn't enough to sober you up? His expression stiffened. I spoke harshly that day. If you're bothered by it, I am bothered. I pushed him away. But apologies are useless. Then what do you want? Leo Chen sounded impatient. What do I want? For you to practice with Serena Chin too. For a full hour. Then send me your passionate video. If it can't be released domestically, I'll take you to Japan to make a name for yourselves. How about that? His face suddenly turned pale. What did you say? I turned and walked away. He still refused to give up, gripping my shoulder. Layla, explain yourself clearly. I spoke word by word. What more do you want me to say? Serena Chin declined your advances, so you suppressed your urges but tried every other approach. I never expected this. Leo Chen, behind closed doors. You and Sean Shun get this intense. His voice tightened. What do you mean? What about Sean Shin? With whom? With Serena? I walked out. He immediately followed, on the verge of losing control. An arm reached out to block him. The men's gazes locked. Sparks flew. Aiden Zhang's eyes remained calm. Warning, take another step, and it won't be just one bottle of Louis XIII smashing over your head. Leo Chen froze, yet he naturally took my bag and carried it. After the meeting, let's buy a few bags, sturdy ones, the kind that can crack a skull. during work hours. The corridors were bustling with people. I clear my throat. What are you doing here? Didn't you know? The client you're meeting today is from my side. I fell silent. His tone softened again. Serena Chin. The company has already arranged an N+1 severance for her. I asked him why. In the private elevator, he tapped my nose. Every time she's mentioned, you get upset. Layla, that's no reason to distance yourself from me. Aiden Jiang carried my bag. Stepping out of the building, I spotted Sean Shun waiting in the distance. His gaze fell on Aiden Jiang. Then he looked at me. Can we talk? Layla. To describe my relationship with Sean Shen, it's far from the point where he'd play the devoted lover. I didn't understand. One after another, they're falling for that succubus heroine. So why come looking for me? Aiden Jiang looked at me. I respect your decision. Then let's talk here. I crossed my arms. Sean Shen smiled bitterly. I don't know why either. I inexplicably felt Serena Chin was wonderful, but originally I had planned to pursue you. So? He fell silent for a long time. I forced a smile uglier than crying. At least I didn't end up like Liu Chen, first provoking you, then doing those unforgivable things. Take me out of your blacklist. Let's just be ordinary friends, okay? I stepped backward, bumping into Aiden Jiang's chest, then told him, no way. I find both of you disgusting. Sean Shin stood in the shade of a tree at the building's entrance. Shadows fell over him, making him look utterly desolate. Wait, isn't the plot a bit off? Wasn't Serena Chin supposed to be the succubus heroine? I skimmed through. Why is it all about the supporting female character and the 22 male gods' lives afterward? So, my 1v2 blacked. Out scenes are gone. I don't believe it. Let me check what's going on. Hold on to your horny pants. He was too clingy. From the sofa to the kitchen, from the bathroom to the balcony, he wore me down until I had no temper left. Struggling to stay clear-headed, I still told Aiden Jiang, from beginning to end, I don't have any plans to get married. His hands paused while massaging my thigh, and he let out a soft sigh. I know. I stayed silent, not asking how he found out. No strength left. Carry me to the bath. He lifted my other leg, gently kneading it. Since I'm serving you so well, even if you're not considering marriage, could you at least use me a little longer? OMG girls, I finally powered through most of the book's black screen sections. I'm here to spill the tea. What's the deal, horny pants? Huh? Holy moly. This Aiden Jiang isn't some 22-year-old heartthrob. He's a succubus, a male succubus, the kind that only recognizes one partner for life. Wait, what? So the female side character basically hijacked the succubus heroine's love interest and took her place? Damn. What an inspirational side character. I looked away from those words, rolling over. My lower back aches too, needs massage as well. His fingers were gentle, yet carried some mysterious magical quality. Okay, is there anywhere else that feels uncomfortable?